So Tucker Carlson had a great show on the other day, and the whole conversation revolved around gold and why you need to own some. They spoke about the global economy and why the world seems to be moving towards everyone buying gold right, from the banks to governments and individuals. Last week, they reported that there were gold shortages in the United Kingdom, that they had to reach out to the United States. And in the U.S., they were having conversations about counting the gold bars that are located at Fort Knox. Globally, people are buying massive loads of gold. I'm talking about 500 million at a time. And I think Tucker was trying to get to the bottom of all this. So he had on a special guest, Luke Gromen, who is a global financial expert, researcher with over 20 years of experience with financial markets and trends. He is an author, speaker, and owns his own financial firm. And I'm going to play a few short clips from the interview. This podcast covered every basic question and answer about gold, especially about why gold is a hot buy right now. And I'm going to summarize the most important information from the 2-hour video into a few minutes of clips. I invest in gold and silver myself, and I started working with a gold company last year called Birch Gold. They are one of the leaders in the precious metals business, and they help to add gold and silver to your investment portfolios, your IRAs, and 401k. It's a way that I can fund my social media ministry to be able to possibly do this full time. So I will make videos on how my journey is going on buying gold and working with Birch Gold Company, and how, the people that are buying gold that are following up with me, how it's all going. I am going to show you some of the highlights from the Tucker Carlson video that you are not going to want to miss, because gold is such a good buy right now. And in the end of the video, I will give you a chance to buy gold and silver if you are interested. Financial expert Luke Gromen is going to break it all down for you. It's going to be a short video and get right to the point. Why you should buy gold, why gold is valuable, why gold is a good buy, and how much gold should you own. Tucker starts with asking amazing first question about gold that is very straightforward and gets right to the point. Let's listen.
Cultures have been using gold around the world, every culture around the world, for at least 6,000 years as a store of value, and they still are. Why?
Because it's worked.
So just a great response from Luke there on why gold has been so enduring and just has been used as a global way to exchange money for 6,000 years. And why? Because it works, and it's that simple. And it's going to show in this video how that is going to be the case for the foreseeable future. Gold is going to continue to hold its value and continue to be something worth selling and buying. Now, the next clip is going to explain why gold is so valuable. Let's get into it.
How weird that gold would be, the most enduring store of value because you can't eat it or heat your house with it. And you're saying that's why it's the most enduring.
It's precisely why. I mean, it's easily divisible, right? So even in old days, using old technology, thousands of years ago, you could divide into very small amounts. It doesn't rust. And so there were obviously in the old days in particular, very practical applications. You store a bunch of your wealth in wheat and it gets mold and it's all gone, right? You store oil, you have a spill, it's all gone. The gold, it's much more portable, it's divisible, it's malleable, it doesn't rust. So there's, I think, some practical things, but I think ultimately it's the most money-like thing with those physical aspects.
And has always been for all recorded history.
Okay, again, just another straightforward answer on why gold is so important, because it's just been a very practical thing that has endured over the last 6,000 years. Now, Tucker is going to ask, should the average person invest in gold? Because many people don't think. I know that in churches and Christian people, which I'm a part of, a lot of people, we don't spend enough time talking about money, but this is something we should definitely be talking about, because without money, it can't really do anything in the Christian. So now Tucker is going to ask, should the average person own gold? Let's get in.
Where does this leave the average person, the retail investor, whatever we're calling that person now, on the question of gold? If governments love gold, if gold plays a really essential part of the global financial system, which you've described, I think, in great detail, is it wise for the average person to take delivery on gold and just bury it in his yard?
Yes, I think the average investor should have probably 5 to 10% of their net worth in gold bullion coins. It's fascinating. I've been in the investment research business for 30 years.
Okay, so as you heard Luke there, 30 years in the investment business, and he's saying that up to 10% of your portfolio should be with gold because it works, it's practical, and it makes sense. Now, the next clip was the eye-opener in the video format, because Luke is going to share why he first started investing in gold. What was it that caused him to see the reason why gold is worth investing in. Let's get into it.
That's why I first got involved in gold. I never owned gold before 2000, late 2008 or early 2009, when the U.S., depths of the great financial crisis came out and they said, okay, now we're going to print $1 trillion and we're going to buy treasury bonds, QE. And I remember thinking to myself going, how can an oil producer like Russia or our factory base like China look at that and say, so I'm going to expend all this energy to pump this oil and produce it and refine it and ship it and send it and pay you for dollars and then put those dollars into treasury bonds and you're just going to click a couple keys on a computer and buy $1 trillion of treasury? Why would I sell my oil and store my surpluses in treasuries? That was what first... And sure enough, guess what happened later in 2008 or into 2009, 2010? Russia started buying gold in their reserves.
Of course.
The Chinese, same thing. How could you sell all this stuff to the United States,
actual
store them
stuff
in treasury, and store it in treasury bonds and then have the Americans print it? And sure enough, Chinese gold purchase started ramping. So for me, when you go back to what does it mean for U.S. retail, it's the same type of dynamic. The United States government owes its baby boomers. Right now, United States takes $5 trillion a year in tax receipts in. Right now, we're paying baby boomers in entitlements $3.3 trillion of that. So about almost 70% of receipts are going to boomers entitlements.
Okay, as you see there, Luke was saying that the American dollar doesn't mean as much as it used to because the American dollar is hidden with debt in T-bills. And now this is going to have to be paid back to the baby boomer generation. So it's important for him to invest in gold because it's separate from the U.S. dollar. So just another practical reason why you should invest in gold is because it is separate in a sense in value apart from America's economy, which is heavy laden with death right. So in the next clip, Luke is going to explain why gold is a must for your investment portfolio diversification. In the financial world, that's the main point that we hammer home is diversification. To make sure that your assets are diversified, one way to do that is by owning gold. Let's get into the next clip.
But how do you get them to pay more for their own care? Well, simple. You get them into treasury bonds, and then you tell them inflation's 4. You give them a 4.4% on the treasury bond, and you actually let inflation run 6, 8.
Right, exactly.
And that's why you need to also, as an investor, whether you're a boomer, whether you're not a boomer or younger, you need to own some gold because over time, you'll lose on your bonds, but your gold will more than compensate you for that inflation. You maintain your purchasing power, and I think your stocks will, in certain if broadly diversified. But that gold is ultimately the release valve that is happening, and it needs to happen.
Okay, so you see Luke is saying there that bonds are going to begin to shimmer out and basically lose some value as well as T-bills and stuff like that, but gold will continue to increase in value, and it's a way to balance out a good portfolio in there. So gold is valued about right now around $2,900 per ounce. And many are suggesting that because of high demand for gold globally and because all of the banks and governments are buying up gold could easily rise to $5,000. But Luke is going to give his professional opinion on the future that he sees for the price of gold. Let's get into it.
I can't resist. Final question. Where could gold go?
So there's something in our business. They say if you give a price, never give a time.
Right.
If you give a time, never give a price.
I'm sorry. I know.
It's okay. No, so gold, in my opinion, would minimum over time probably has to rise at least 2x and probably more like 4x just to get back to historical levels, assuming no further growth in the debt and assuming no dollar crisis that leads it to go over 40%. And so it's still paradoxically one of the cheapest assets on the board when you look at it relative to the debt outstanding and the way this probably needs to be resolved from a debt perspective and an economic restructuring perspective.
China clearly thinks so.
Yep.
Okay, so you see in there, Luke was saying that gold can go to 2 to 4 times the price that it is right now, and he believes it's one of the cheaper assets on the market. So it's a great idea to think about investing in gold, silver, and precious metals. I thought they made a great case for the value of gold in this video, the importance of gold in the global economy right now, and why everybody should own some gold in their investment portfolio. So as I said before, I'm working with a company called Birch Gold, one of the best best and biggest in the business. I've been working with them now for a year, and they're just wonderful. I haven't had any complaints from the people that have bought that I've referred them to. And this will help you add gold and silver to your investment portfolios, your IRAs and 401ks. It's a way that I can fund my ministry to possibly go full time, but offer a product that I personally believe in. I and my family are investing in gold and silver, and so I wouldn't recommend something that I'm not trying myself. So one way to secure your financial future is to make sure you own some gold and silver. As you heard in the video, he recommends that up to 10% of your portfolio be invested in gold. Diversity is the key to a good portfolio. And how often do you get offers to buy gold and silver? Well, you get one today. Now, all securities do come with risks. I am not a financial professional, so do your due diligence. But the people at Birch Gold will give you a great education on gold. They'll send you a free gold information packet so that you can make an informed decision. Gold prices have beat the stock market for the last 20 years. So get your free gold kit today from Birch Gold. To find out how to do this, go to birchgold.com/torn curtain. Again, BIRCH gold.com/torn curtain. And when you get to the webpage, you're just going to put in your name, phone number, and email. And they will send you over a free gold kit, and someone will follow up with a phone call. They have a free promotional offer of up to $20,000 in free gold for qualified offers, so you don't want to take advantage of that. And with Birch Gold, the minimum investment with this company is $10,000, which is much lower than many other companies in the business. Some of them require $75,000 or $50,000. So you can get in with a minimum investment of $10,000. Me, myself, I'm investing in gold. I have my family as well investing in gold and silver, and so I recommended it, and I thought Tucker did a good job with the guest this week that was just going over some information on gold, so figured I'd get that out there. Listen, I really feel that God led me to this partnership. In prayer, I had a lot of opportunities to take partnerships over the years, and I rejected them all until this offer came along, and I felt that God led me to this to help people, to bless the church, to become more interested in finances, and it's something that I'm going to talk about on this channel. And so this is just an opportunity that I feel that can help you, that can bless you, and something that's practical, as well as something that can help me continue this ministry and do this long term. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope this simple video blessed you, and that if you have an opportunity, go over to Birch Gold and get a free informational packet from them. What do you have to lose? Thanks for watching today. Be blessed.